Okay, so most of the videos I published were how to design a network, but we do also need a video on the tools needed to debug or find problems in existing networks. Okay, so I'm going to talk about two tools here. The first will be Wireshark. This allows me to analyze the packets that I can see on my device. So here I'm connected on my laptop, and I can analyze things on my Ethernet card and on my Wi-Fi. So I'm going to click Wi-Fi. And by doing that, I'll see all the traffic on my network. And here we can actually see the probable bad packets. And look, all of this time to live exceeded stuff. So what we can do is we can actually do things like say we can do TCP dot analysis dot flags. This will actually give us all the uh, TCP packets on my network that are having problems, and we can see, okay, so these are the ones having problems, and, and it's a lot. And then I can do things like and then I can add more things, or I can say IP dot source equals dot source address equals 192.168.0.149 or something. And then I'll only get things going to that IP address, and then we can just add more filters as needed. TCP dot um, flags, I guess. So we could just we can use the and command to actually get or use two flags together. So let's just say everything from the IP address 192. Or that has the IP address somewhere of 192.168.0.149, and it's causing some flag issues. So see, when you see these duplicate acts, these are things where we're having drop packets, or we're having some issues on TCP. So this will allow us to see device traffic that is having issues, okay? And then it allows to debug, say there's like a broadcast storm, then we're gonna see a lot of ARP traffic. So this is Wireshark. I'm gonna press stop, and it's pretty hard to see what's going wrong. And the more common one to use, I guess, would be something like the next tool, which would be PingPlotter. PingPlotter just says that because Wireshark has so much data, and really gives you the nitty gritty. Here would just be like the most common problem or drop packets is just say one overloaded device on the network. So for a tool like that, we'd use PingPlotter.pro or just PingPlotter. I'll type a website that I'd want to monitor traffic to, and then I'd press play. And then what's gonna come out is the different hops on the network to get there. So here, to get to google.com, I'm going from the 192.168.0.1 device, and then 192.168.1.1. This is actually my internet router, or the one provided to me by the ISP. This is the hop from the ISP to the, I guess it's like the switch on my street where we access the IP, and then this is all their internal routing. So this is actually a good graph, because we're actually able to see that we're having issues. So this is outside of my network, so this is all inside my house. No issues, no packet loss. The latency looks good. No packet loss, meaning there's nothing happening there. So all the packets are fine. And then suddenly there's 5%. So from this router 210.213.133.33 to this router 74.125.118.24, there is a packet loss and there is a spike. So we actually do something like clicking this graph, and we can actually see what's happening to that network. So let's just use, say, instead of 10 minutes, let's use something like 60 seconds, and then we'll, not 60 seconds, do 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and then we'll be able to scroll and see, okay, for hop 7, so this is all the way to google.com. This is what it looks like, but on hop 7, we're getting a lot of issues. And here we can see that there is a 5.3% packet loss, and the latency does come from this link. So I guess to debug this problem of why is the internet slow, um, we can actually tell the ISP that it's actually slow because of these two particular routers. So it's this router that's dropping traffic, probably because it's overloaded. And then at least knowing your network topology, you'd know that when is it your internal network and then when is it your external network. It's good that it also does have a time graph, because I guess the most common reason for drop packets would be an overloaded device on the route, on the network route. So if you leave it for say 6 hours and you come back and you have user complaints, then you could find out maybe there's a particular process that's happening in your internal network once an hour, and then when that happens, the memory load of a particular hop or a particular device on your internal route does go haywire, or does get overloaded and starts to drop packets. Or you could just call your ISP. Here in this issue, at least if you can always tell your ISP that it's these two routers causing the issue. And here you can see consistent drop packets. Okay, so consistent 2.7% and consistent latency issues on this particular hop. So in this case, the issue is not with our internal network, which are these two hops, but on hop number 7, which is the ISP. We're gonna go on the last kind of place, which would be here. It's pretty good to use pingplotter.com/wisdom/common network problems, and they give a lot of different cases, say bandwidth saturation, the sawtooth pattern, what's when it's our internet, when it's just Wi-Fi interference, what it looks like, bad hardware in the local network, and then here we might also be using Wireshark to figure out which device it's from. Um, and then so they have all these different scenarios that are the common issues on debugging why a network would be slow. All right, so that's it for this video. Cheers.